Hey, you've reached Nate Carver, your favorite mortgage guy on Between Two Doors. Today's special guest is Tanya Vidal from the Jason Mitchell Group in Denver, Colorado, and surrounding areas. She is a wonderful real estate agent, and I cannot wait for y'all to get to meet her.
Hey, I'm Nate Carver, and welcome to Between Two Doors.
Hi, Tanya. How are you doing?
Doing excellent. Hello
Good.
to everyone, and thank you for having me. It's
Absolutely. So you're in Colorado. It's about 4 degrees there, right?
correct. It's been like that for about, I don't know, 4 or 5 days now. So
So we're recording this in late January, and I'm down in Florida right now, and it is actually snowing today. We've got about 4 inches, so
it's
we're
incredible.
kinfolk, sort of. It's with the weather. So, so tell me, Tanya, how long have you been in the real estate business as a real estate agent?
I have been a realtor for over 21 years.
21 years. Awesome. And can you tell me, I'm curious to know what it was like for you when you first got in. Like, what were your aspirations, your goals, your dreams, why you got in? And
Sure.
then let's see if it's changed any over the last 20 years.
Well, a little bit before I got my real estate license, while I was in college, I started doing mortgages. So that's kind of how I started. And you didn't need a license back then to do mortgages. So kind of that's how I got going. I was doing that for about a year or so, and I was working for a top producer, just helping her with her loans. And she recommended, hey, why don't you get your real estate license? And I considered it and I did it, and I've been a realtor pretty much ever since. Mhm.
Nice. So when you got in, did you have an idea of like what your goals were when you added the real estate license to your portfolio?
Sure. When I added my real estate license, I was young. I just I enjoyed helping homeowners and people achieve home ownership. That just, even as long as I've been in the business now, it just never gets old for me. It's really
Hmm.
gratifying to help people reach those goals. And, sometimes we have a lot of obstacles and hurdles that we have to get through, but it's always a wonderful feeling for them and for me.
Good. Would you say, do you do your book of business is about 50-50 buyers and sellers, or do you spend more time doing listings, or where are you with that?
I do a lot more buyers
A
than
lot
I
more
do
buyers.
sellers. And always have. I do help a lot of first time home buyers. I help um, people with down payment assistance. I do also help people that are looking to buy like their second and third homes, and sometimes vacation homes, investment homes, all of the above.
Nice. I'm curious if there's any trends that you've seen that you would wish a home buyer would know or listen or learn from a real estate agent.
I think the biggest thing is, typically I tell people if you can afford to rent and you can qualify for that, 9 times out of 10, you can qualify for owning a home. I think that there's a lot of people that listen to whoever, just telling them different. I think one of the biggest myths is that they need 20% down to purchase a home. So
Hmm.
people always feel like they have to save more money and they're not ready. And I think a lot of times they are surprised once we start the process of how quickly we can get them approved and how much help is out there, and how quickly it can become a reality.
Right. Yeah, well, I'm curious. You tell me what are they telling you that they think that they need to have cash wise to buy a house? Are they stuck on the 20% rule or?
A lot of people are stuck on the 20% rule. A lot of people just, they'll have the credit and they'll have the income and then they just still continue to rent. They're afraid of maintenance costs and stuff like that. Um, Interest rates. I always tell them, like, I mean, you're paying 100% interest on rent. That's money you
Mhm.
never see again. So that's my biggest thing. I hate to see people throwing their money away.
Right. And so you just so we know, so they when they're hearing this, they know you can get a home for as little as zero down with the right loan program, or 3% maybe on a conventional, and
Mhm.
sometimes there's some leeway there too. 3.5% on an FHA with a down payment assistance program. That 3.5% can be taken care of along with closing costs. So there's a lot of different opportunities there, um, when you're considering buying a home. That's why I always say get a great real estate agent like yourself and get a great lender, and have those two people on your team to help you buy a home.
Sure.
Um, yeah. So, all right. So, do you have any in the 20 years, any crazy or fun real estate stories that popped to the mind? You're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this happened, or um, any challenging? Well, let's keep it there at that. Fun or crazy? Memorable.
Yes, a little bit of everything. I've seen so many things. Fun and memorable. I think my most memorable experiences are around the holidays. And we always, there was a family that was looking, and, they had been renting for a long time. And I think once we started looking, her biggest thing was, she wanted to spend Christmas in the new home with her
Right.
family. And then we had a few obstacles, and we still closed on Christmas Eve. So
I love it.
we were able to get it done. She wasn't she wasn't able to decorate and everything, but she was able to take her kids there on Christmas morning and say, "Here's your Christmas gift."
Right.
So I thought that was pretty special.
What did that mean to you?
That I again, no matter how long it's been that I've been doing this, it just always fulfills me in a way that makes me want to continue to work harder. Sometimes some deals are very, very hard and very stressful. But then once it's complete, it's like it all goes away for me. I forget everything that I went through, and the clients forget about it too,
They
you
do.
know?
They do. They Something about being in that home makes the all the challenging, if there's challenges, go away. So,
Sure, sure.
wow. Yeah. I closed this year uh 4 houses right before Christmas. Home
Nice.
purchase, first time home buyers. And one of them, they had gone through 4 different lenders and they were told no. And we got them into a home right before Christmas. And so I'm right there with you on that. It's that's a wonderful feeling. That's a wonderful feeling. So, to be able to help facilitate that. So good on
That's-
you. Um, do you have a favorite type, or is there a typeset for you in what you're looking to as a listing agent? What are you, how are you situated on listings?
So I always that's my room for improvement. I've been thankfully I've been successful in real estate, but I'm always looking to grow and learn, and that's um, an opportunity for me is to try to get more listings, so that my clients can have more options.
Mhm.
We always need more homes on the market, not just for my clients, but for everyone out there. So I think in Colorado, people always, I think 4 bedroom, 2 bath is kind of the the goal for a lot of families. I think that that's a comfortable amount of bedrooms and bathrooms, and so any 4 bedrooms, 2 baths, I think that we can definitely help you guys sell your home. Mhm.
Mhm. Well, last year you had a fantastic year, numbers wise, as far as helping families get into homes or helping families sell homes. But my count, I stopped counting at 33. And so, and I was, oh, she's doing great. And I wanted to celebrate that with you. That's definitely one of the reasons I wanted to get you on the podcast. The other thing I'd like to know is, what do you do? And if anybody's looking for a real estate agent to help them sell a home or buy a home, what are some of the things that you do outside of real estate, personally, family wise, things you're involved in that might connect with a buyer or seller out there?
Sure. For one, my daughter has always been very involved in sports. She plays basketball year round. So typically, if I'm not selling homes, you can catch me on a basketball court locally at a high school. She plays club ball. We travel. So I do interact with a lot of parents that their kids are in sports, and um, we do a lot of things for the kids, and so that's one of the things that I'm pretty heavily involved in.
Awesome.
And then in my community, I'm just involved in the Hispanic Real Estate Association, the National Hispanic Real Estate Association, and they do a lot of community events and education for the
Hmm.
community.
Tell me a little bit more about the National Hispanic Association. What are they doing, or how do they help locally? Um, with obviously with people that are looking to buy homes or sell homes, and maybe they're not bilingual, and then maybe their primary language, their first language is Spanish. Can you go a little bit deeper into that for people that might not know?
Of course. We help both, of course, people that aren't fluent in the language, and then we also help um, um, people that are fluent in English, and then we also help people that don't speak English.
Hmm.
I think that it can be an obstacle for people that don't speak the language when they go to purchase a home. All the forms are in English. A lot of the things do involve speaking English. So just having someone that can represent them and make sure that they're not being taken advantage of out there and that they're getting a fair shake just like everyone else would.
Nice.
Mhm.
Awesome. That's the path to home ownership. So again, get a great real estate agent, get a great lender. That's your team. That's the people that are going to help you get your home, and look out for your best interest in getting a home or selling a home. Good for you. Um, let's see. Any advice for someone that's looking to buy a home? What are there some trends that you're seeing? Some cautionary trends that you might like to point out that would help someone else to buy a home or get ready to buy a home?
Sure. I think right now, I think the biggest trend is, I mean, rates are higher than they've been in a while. And that is a challenge. But because of that, I think that there are some homes that are on the market where the sellers are willing to negotiate and they are paying, we're asking them and negotiating closing costs for our clients. If during inspection any items are found, we are also negotiating those to be repaired. And so back to the zero down, we can, make that a reality with the closing costs being covered and the down payment being covered. So I think that's the biggest thing is that right now you can actually get some deals. A
Yeah.
lot of people want to wait until interest rates are down, and then that just brings a lot of buyers back into the pool, and that's when the bidding wars and it gets a little bit more difficult to find
Yeah,
your dream home.
that's right. I've seen um, on with the rates, I think they're going to come down. I don't have a crystal ball. Just listen to some wonderful people that know better than me. I think we're going to bottom out in the low sixes and level off, maybe high fives in this coming year, 2025. Um, but the cautionary there is that if you're ready to buy a home now, you have more inventory.
Mhm.
Whereas if you wait for rates to come down, you can always refi. If you wait
Mhm.
for rates to come down, the likelihood of a lot of buyers going to come off the fence to purchase, and you're going to see home values. That demand is going to drive home values up.
That's right.
So same house may cost you $20,000-$30,000 more. I guarantee you there aren't any loans out there that a loan doesn't cost that.
Correct.
So there's an opportunity there to leverage now, and sellers, as you were saying, there's an opportunity there. And when I do my loan consultations, I
Mhm.
hear, I'll put out a number what the seller could pay, and if it's an FHA loan, it's 6% or up to 6%. If it's a conventional, it's 4%. If it's a VA loan, it's 4% above closing cost. And they'll go, oh, they'll never pay that. But you never know what the seller needs are. They
Mhm.
may they may be under the pressure to sell. You never know, what their motivations are to sell. And certainly there's equity in just about everything on the market now.
Mhm.
So there's always an opportunity, and I always coach them up to that. And I'm like, hey, let's lean into your real estate agent, and your real estate agent's going to be skilled in the negotiating portion, um, and see what we can do with the sellers to meet somewhere where your costs are down. And it's a win-win for everybody. So good for you. Yeah.
Mhm.
So that's awesome. Um, let's see. Anything that I should have asked you that I didn't ask you? That's a big one, right? It's like, that's the one I always get asked.
I'm like, I mean, I think the anything that you didn't ask me was, I think that it helps to have someone and this is I guess this is more of my advice to anyone that's looking to purchase a home. And that's whether they use me or you, but I think that there are a lot of ready and available realtors and lenders that do have a lot of knowledge. And I think it's important to try to work with someone who is actively uh, practicing real estate locally. I think that real estate is very localized, and sometimes, you may know someone who has a real estate license, doesn't use it a whole lot, but sometimes they don't know what's going on in the market because they're not
Yeah.
as active. So I think that it's good to work with someone that is active, that understands what's going on, and that knows, realistically, what are some great things that they can achieve for you as a buyer.
Right. You're 100% right on the local realtor.
Hmm.
Certain company, I won't mention them by name, but they spent $1 billion in 2023 to try to take over the real estate agency. And it cost them $1 billion for them to tell them for them to learn what we all knew is homeowners and future home buyers, they want to deal with a local realtor who knows their market because it's a huge transaction, and they want
Hmm.
that face-to-face time. So good for you. Um, all right, so if someone is looking to buy a home or sell a home in the Denver area and surrounding counties, what is the best way that they would be able to find you or reach you or contact you?
Sure. You can always call me at 720-427-7619. You can also go to my website. It is tanyavidalre.com. You're welcome to go to my Instagram page. It is Tanya Vidal Real Estate. And you could always message me through any of these channels.
Awesome. All
Mhm.
right, Tanya, thank you. We had a good interview, I think, and it was a good conversation. Not really an interview, just a good conversation. And I'm going to put all your links into down below or wherever you see this on Spotify, YouTube, Instagram, Reels. Those links to reach out to Tanya will be there, and we will do this again soon. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you for having me.